Turn this down. All right. This is two separate affirmation teams out of Texas high school football back in the 90s. I want you to be able to look at how the real affirmation has been ran in high school football. Now, when you hear the affirmation, you think of teams like USC back in the 70s and 80s and 60s and 50s. You think Ohio State with Archie Griffin. You think of University of Michigan with Eddie Dale. But you need to understand how the affirmation works and how it comes at you. This is just throw it Texas training, the affirmation. Let's get at it. Okay, let's look at the Ike Golden Eagles. Boy, they were the tough team back in the 90s. Oh, they were tough. Couple state championships. These brothers was out of Houston. They still good. Now, if you look at this affirmation, look at it. They're using a tight end to this side, and they have two wide receivers, a slot, or a split end, whatever the terminology, X, Y, Z that you want to call them. Look at the fullback in the backfield. Look at the tailback. Look at the splits of the linemen. Now, this is how the affirmation basically is set. It's the basic set of affirmation. Affirmation is going to come downhill at you. They can run a lot of reverses because usually would have a wing back. They can run powers, misdirections. It can throw quick slants. They like to go deep, and they're going to kill you with that play action. So let's look at this formation in action. And he's running the option. He pitched, he fumbled. So we seen them run a pitch down the line. Now, let's look at the other team. They run the I formation. These are two very good I formation teams from back in the day. The Midland Lee, they won 3 state championships in a row. They're from West Texas, out of District 1 or 2. I can't really remember. The Midland Lee Rebels with the great Cedric Benson and the running back that he went on to star for the University of Texas and Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, let's look at them. How they run it with. And as you see them line up, see they have a wing back. See the traditional wing back? See that traditional wing back? Now, the wing back and the tight end comes in motion. See, you can run motion out of this. See, and they both comes in motion. And now, basically, they became an off-balance side. See that? They became off balance. And they did a pitch. There goes Cedric Benson. Now, let's look how they're going to set up this I formation. They quickly break that huddle and they come out. Look at the formation. They're in an offset I. You see how the offset I lined up? They have a tackle. Do the tackle, guard, center, guard, tackle, tight end, flanker. Another quarterback, fullback to the offset. He's offset. Tailback. About 7 to 8 yards deep in the backfield. Wherever this fullback goes, if they're running the ball, this is where that running back is going to go. Let's watch. Good run by that fullback. They handed the ball in like a belly play. I told you in the I formation, they love to get the ball to the fullback. They sneak him in there and pop him straight up the middle or off tackle. Okay, then let's see how they line up on this play. We're looking at the different formations that they come out in. Look, he's still in the I formation. Look at that. Okay, as we see that, they come out in the I, but this time they come out in 4 wide. That's not a traditional I formation offense. Still with a belly play. Still with a up the middle dive. Okay, and look at the other team, Aldine Eisenhower. Traditional I. This time they have the X, the Y, the Z, and a wing back or H. So they have three wide. You see how they went to 3 wide? All right. Look at the fullback. Remember, he's the lead blocker. Most of the time where he go, they're going to go. Now, they threw a slant. Remember I told you that in the I formation, they like to throw slants, and they like to throw deep. Now, let's look at Aldine Eisenhower. As you look at still the formation, they got 7 men on the line. They got the X and the Z to the same side of the field. They got a tight end. 2 men, 3 people in the backfield. That's what the I is, right behind each other. Now remember, I always tell you, when they pitch the ball on a regular toss sweep, or if they run the option, see their strong side, you got to understand what is the strong side to this. Is the strong side the side where they have the most men? Excuse me, or the strong side considered with the tight end? Now, you see what they ran? They dive, and then he pulled it and pitched it. Now, let's watch Midland Lee run their I formation. As they looked up, they have a tight end out here to your left side, and they have 2 wide receivers out to the right. That fullback is in the middle, tailback behind them. Traditionally I formation. Now I see the play action and the screen. You see how they did the play action? They screen to the tight end side. The I formation is very good for running play actions because they want to draw the linebackers up. They want to draw the defensive end up. And then they're going to pull it and throw it. Some type of quick pass or some type of screen. Okay? I formation basically in this basic type of formation. See that wing back next to that tight end? They come in motion. They love to run motion. Gave to that fullback. Now, here we go with the I formation. They have two receivers to the left and right and the tight end on the line. They love to give the ball up the middle, okay, out of the I formation. Okay, here we go. Let's look. Out of the formation, come down the line to pitch. Good. Did you see what happened? That cornerback and that defensive end took the pitch back away. And when he took the pitch back away, when he running that option out of that I formation, he left that quarterback naked. So he was easy to tackle. But they had somebody designed to take the pitch back. And that's what you have to do. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Two split ends out wide. Look at that belly right up the middle. Look at that. That's what they want to do. They love to hand that ball off of the middle to that fullback and pitch the ball to that tailback around the end. Good run. Now, we're going to look at some 1973 Rose Bowl game between Ohio State and USC. This is some more real I formation football. To understand the I formation, you must go back and look at some of the real way that they run that I formation and how dangerous of offense that it is. Power, and skill. All right, let's see. See, he's coming in the I. Look at that in motion. Good. Look at the I. Tight end, wide receivers at the top. Hand off deep into the backfield. Look at that. Now coming out of that formation. So they love to get that ball deep into that backfield. Now, see, they go back in the pass. They go to screen. But I tell you, that's Anthony Davis. He should have won the Heisman Trophy that year, but they gave it to Archie Griffin, who he's running up against. Look at that I formation. Two backs. All right. Here we go. Look at the I formation. Ohio State running with the great Archie Griffin also. There you go. Two-time Heisman Trophy winner. Only back-to-back Heisman Trophy winner ever. There you go. Remember I told you they love to get that ball to you up the middle. They got a wingback. See the wingback down here off the tight end? That guy is Archie Griffin against Anthony Davis. Line up in that I formation. Here they go. Boom. Belly play up the middle. So you have to understand what really the makeup of the I formation is. I told you it's a power type of offense, but they can pass. See how he did that misdirection and came around with that wingback, and the wingback became the pitchback. Now they got two wides and a tight end. Still in the I formation. Drop back pass. You see how you play action? Good comeback route. I think that's Lynn Swann. Lynn Swann used to play for he's a Hall of Famer, Pittsburgh Steelers. See, there you go. They love to do that play action when they're going to pass. So remember that. They love to play action because they want to hold your linebackers. Now he's dropping straight back. One wide, a tight end. Remember I told you they love to throw deep off the I formation because they're going to play action you, and then they're going to throw the ball deep. Get in motion, that's the pitch. That's the most dangerous thing at that I formation, that sweep. Because when they run that sweep, they pull them guards. Remember that. When they run that power sweep, they're going to pull the two guards. They go to sweep, they go to guard, and they go to fullback. The fullback always going to take you to the plate. And the pulling guards. Wherever that fullback goes, see wherever the fullback goes, the running back going to follow him. So if you're a defensive end or a linebacker, keep your eye on that fullback. Okay, now that was some old power football out of the I formation, and you have to understand the concept of the I formation, what it likes to do. So when you face the I formation, when you see it, three people lined up directly behind each other. They can have three wides. They can have a tight end with a wingback. They can have a tight end with two wide receivers to either side. They like to come around on that wingback. They give it to him on the inside reverse. They can pitch it to him. They can run the running back one way, the tailback one way, and the fullback come back off the counter. And they love to pull those guards. And the fullback always leads the way. Now, here go the I formation 1996. the Nebraska Cornhuskers. They ran that I formation good. They're playing Florida in the national championship. I think they beat Florida's like 70 to something. Running that I formation with Lawrence Phillips. He just couldn't stay out of jail. Okay, let's look at that formation. See, he's traditional. We have two wide receivers to the side. See, they just ran over Florida. That I formation, they ran them off the field. See, now he's going in motion. That's Tommy Frazier. He was from Florida. He's the quarterback of Nebraska. He's the Florida native. Okay, let's look at that. It's still considered I formation, but turned one back. And you see how he still followed the block of that wing back. Okay, let's look at this formation. He's coming down the line to that option. There you go. He's in the pass. Them two backs stayed in. There go the screen. Remember I told you the I formation loved the screen. Touchdown. Okay. Let's look at the formation again. Back into the I. But this time, look how they have him. He's about 8 yards deep from the line of scrimmage. All right. Look at the fullback. Remember, and they have a tight end. Traditional I formation. Pitch. See where that fullback lead blocker? Remember, fullback is the lead blocker. Follow him. Look at the I formation. Coming in motion. There you go. That wingback became the lead blocker. So when you're looking at that, when that wingback go in motion, if he don't go all the way out, they're going to go where he stopped. Now look at the I formation. Fullback is a little bit up. Quarterback cut it up. Following the fullback. Just a simple up the middle play. Lawrence Phillips was a good running back, but like I say, he just couldn't stay out of trouble, couldn't stay out of jail. Nice option play. Okay. And this is what they like to do. Two tight end set. Right there to the fullback, right up the middle. You don't even know he have it. He lining up in the power I. At that time, that's what that is play called, the power I. Okay, this is Coach Dixon, just Detroit, Texas. We went over the I formation. And I'm saying you really need to know a little bit of the history, how good teams ran that I formation in case you faced the I formation. Now, a lot of people still set up in the I formation, but they will go in motion, send the fullback out, and then it becomes the one-back offense. All right. Let's get at it.